Yo, homies, as always, man, thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. Hope that you guys are having a dope day. I just want to let you guys know, don't overthink life, man. Just keep it simple and keep it moving. Okay, homies, as always, I'm going to ask you guys to jump up in the comment section and let me hear your thoughts on this video, because I'm going to hit many different points on this video. And plus, I just want to hear what you guys think as a whole of Fortuna. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I already knew what I thought about Fortuna on day one release, up on day one. Now, one thing you never want to do is review something after there's been a long wait and a lot of hype behind something, because people view you as someone who is hating on the game or anything else like that, even though you see it very clearly. But a lot of people's mind, judgments, and conceptions of the game is clouded by the hype. So what I decided to do was to keep my basically points and opinions to myself until they drop Fortuna Part 2 so I can judge them on a finished project. Now here's that finished project. Now, is Fortuna, is it good or is it bad? It's good and bad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We're gonna be very honest in this video, because I feel like as a community we gotta be able to help DE, right? Now, I feel like Fortuna is good and bad, but is that good or bad? It has good points, has bad points. The greatest points of Fortuna is going to be the graphics. It has a graphic overhaul. It's completely beautiful. They did a fantastic job. But one thing I want to tell you guys, if I'm just being completely honest, Warframe has never slacked in graphics. Warframe has always stood out exceptionally because of their graphics. Now, since we already knew Warframe had graphics, when you look at Fortuna, take the graphics away. What do you actually have in Fortuna? It's not really much there. Once you take the graphics away, a lot of people used to say this when they criticize other video games, is good graphics doesn't equals good gameplay and good content, right? Now, Warframe is always Warframe, but Fortuna drives it in a different direction, because I feel like Fortuna can be great. I feel like it could be amazing with just, you know, some tender love and care from DE to really add some more stuff to it from the players and kind of really take the feedback from players, because we're the ones that's playing it. But when you look at Fortuna and you look past all the shininess, all the oohs and ahs from when you first day one play it, you start really noticing and seeing that it's nothing but PoE, but better. But is that good or bad? It kind of depends on the type of player you are. There's some players that's going to love it, and there's some players that's going to be captivated by it just by little small things that's in the world. Now, after 10 months of no content, I will tell you this. A lot of players will force themselves to like it because it's their favorite game. Now, it doesn't really equals that it was a good update. It just means that they have something else to do, and that's good enough as a craving for them. But is that okay? It's really not. But as a player, you don't want to feel like 10 months was wasted. You don't want to feel like the time that you spent waiting on something was actually for no reason. So you're going to completely develop a point in your mind to where you're like, okay, I'm going to force myself to like it, or force myself to get on and play it because it's the #1 game that I play. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at these things, Fortuna loses where it shines. And basically the point to where it shines, to where it loses, is the big map. The map is huge and the map is beautiful. And you guys remember from when I told you guys I spoke with Rebecca and I spoke with her about the map. I have to critique the map because what she promised isn't out yet. But when that does come out, I can actually add to it, right? As of right now, in this current day and age, the map in Fortuna is too widely spaced out. The map is too big. There's nothing there to really hold the players. There's nothing to make it feel like everything is connected. You kind of feel like a little dot in a giant world, like kind of like a Bug's Life. You guys remember A Bug's Life? That's kind of like what it reminds me of. And that's one of the problems with it. It doesn't really keep the action. In every single thing that you release, you want to keep the progression there. You want to keep the action flowing. You want to keep the connection in between the little destinations that you have to go to. But it doesn't really give you that feel. Now, another thing that Warframe has always had a problem with, and we all know this, but we're just hoping for them to fix it. So with Fortuna's release, this is still one of the biggest issues, and that's the rewards, right? Now, the rewards on Fortuna, since we already know Warframe is kind of stingy, like, Warframe, can I borrow $1? No, it's mine, right? We already know that they're stingy with the rewards, but the thing about it is that they're really stingy on Fortuna. Fortuna is a new level of stingy when it comes to rewards, and it's kind of getting tiring when you look at it. Now, I know I'm speaking from a point of where I'm at right now because DE is promising more rewards, But at the end of the day, DE promises a lot, but we have to see those rewards actually fall into place. So if DE tells me that they're going to come out with more rewards and I change my appeal on the game just because I heard them say and they told me personally that they're coming out with more rewards, I would be kind of like a fool, because I have to speak on what we have currently right now in the game. I can't lie. That's just how it is. I cannot lie. I'm honest Abe, honest Rio, I'm telling you. So with all of that being said, the way how I judge Fortuna, honestly, I feel like the best part of the update, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, was the K-Drives. K-Drives, I feel like, was the best part of the update. In all of the dev streams leading up to Fortuna, that was the #1 thing that they showed off, because I felt like they put most work into the K-Drives. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. That's kind of sad. It's kind of sad because a little mini-game side quest or little mini-game fun thing that you have going on in the game is better than the overall update. You have players doing that more than the overall update. And that kind of says a lot about Warframe players. It says that we don't need much to be happy, so stop complaining. And that's kind of saying that DE shouldn't work as hard. You know what I'm saying? Because players are looking at it and players are still with the oohs and ahs, look at my backflip, look at my K-Drives, and completely forget about the update. The players who are completely captivated by K-Drives and everything else and don't care about the update really are the players who are hurting the game, because the feedback that DE needs to grow as a company, as a development, as a standpoint, as devs in their fields, they're not getting it. You see what I'm saying? So it's completely bad for them, but it really says a lot that K-Drives is one of the main things. People actually like floofs. The fact that you guys can create little side objectives and little different mini things for people to do and they actually love it, you guys should feel proud. I'm not gonna lie, DE, you guys should feel proud. But at the same time, it should also be a double-edged sword, because you guys should feel bad at the same time, because the main content of what you work 10 months for isn't really holding. It's not really keeping the retention of players. Now, DE hit their highest point to where they had the most players on. Of course they're gonna hit the highest point. Every year they're gonna hit the highest point. It's gonna build up the hype. It's gonna bring in brand new players, because DE kind of caters to the newer players. It's always gonna hit a new milestone for them, right? But where you really see it hurts DE is where the players fall off because the retention isn't there. And as any great business, anybody that knows business, you know that the hype is one thing, but the retention is the most key important thing. The retention is what's going to keep you in business. The retention is what's going to keep that core base getting stronger. The core getting stronger over hype isn't realistic. It's what is actually there remaining after the hype. Now, I won't lie. Like I said, I'm honest Abe Rio, man. Now, the boss fight, the spider boss fight, is a tad bit better than what DE has released thus far. But is that good or is that bad? It's still bad because there's no reward for really fighting the boss, the spider. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not a LifeOfRio video unless somebody gets slapped. And the point to where I felt like I got slapped was that spider reward. The thing is, I don't really understand how you can drop a boss and say the rewards for the boss is coming later. To be continued on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. I was like, what? Bring it back. What are you doing? What are you doing? Where's the rewards? It doesn't really give you a purpose to keep playing. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. You guys know what I did. I went straight back to survivals. This is where I ended back up because there's no sustained content in there. Now, one thing I will say is that the question that I always hear is, what will keep players playing? Well, difficulty, a challenge, rewards, scaling rewards. Those are just things that's there. Forever upgradable, I would say bounty boards. Like I said, I always speak on the bounty boards. The bounty boards are just crucial to these open worlds because the bounty boards are literally the lifeline for open worlds. Like the mini little open landscapes that Warframe put out. They're lifelines to it because if those aren't updated, those aren't upgraded, then it really loses the appeal. It really loses the mission foundation because you're going to keep rerunning the same thing. You're supposed to, the bounty board is supposed to upgrade. It's supposed to make the world feel innovative. It's supposed to make the world feel different completely. It's supposed to make the world have different rewards. The rewards are supposed to be ever changing. But since it's not doing that, it just really dies off. Now, like I said, Warframe needs that TLC, that tender love and care in Fortuna. And one thing I don't want them to do is pull another Planes. I don't want them to leave Fortuna to go to the next open world and leave it like it is, because it's not okay. It's at the point now to where you're 5+ years in. It's not okay. You have to finish these things. These projects have to be completed. Else the 10 months that we've been waited has been a waste. Because the way how I look at it, and I love you guys, and I want you guys to succeed, but these are the problems that I see with the game. And I talk to you guys very, very freaking often, but I can't let friendship ruin, you know, just the truth on how you guys can progressively get better. You have to tell people that you talk to a lot the truth, you know? That's just how it is. Because I would be a terrible person, DE, if I didn't tell you guys what you can work on. And if I just came up to you guys and, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. I respect you guys way too much. But I definitely feel like the first starting point needs to be the rewards. The world needs to feel like there's more there that's holding it together. It needs to be able to hold the player's retention, meaning that the missions should be different. You shouldn't just concentrate so much on floofs. Shouldn't concentrate so much on K-drives. Those things are already at a decent point in the world. Just kind of get everything else together. Get the interactions together. Get different mission fields. Get things to where you group up to where you can't group up. You have different things to put together. And I want to see Fortuna actually shine before the next open world come out. Because at this rate, if all open worlds are going to be like this, it's not a good look. And I'm just being completely honest with you guys. I love you. But Honest Abe Rio, man, I got to tell you the truth, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give the video a thumbs-a-roni up. I don't know what that is. It's just a goddamn thumbs up, people. It's just a thumbs up. It's French for thumbs up. Thumbs-a-roni. It's French for thumbs up. I love you guys, man. Thank you guys so much for the insane love and support. I'm trying to consistently drop videos, but they always calling me into work, guys. They always calling me into work. Imagine if I was a full-time content creator. Things would be crazy. But later, guys. Take care. Okay, now I know in this video, I really didn't clown as much in this video as I usually do. It wasn't enough foolishness. My foolishness level was pretty low in this video, right? Now, I don't really be serious much. I know when there's time to be serious. You guys know I know how to hit correct points. But I like to laugh and have fun. I like to share my message through laughter, and you get the points out of me just having a good time. I feel like you can also deliver good enough content through laughter for people to also get the point. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, now I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was coming out the car, I was bringing some groceries in my hand out the car. You guys know how it is. Whenever you're getting groceries and you don't want to make a second trip back to the car, you get like 6 to 10 bags on each hand just to go in the house because you don't want to come back. You want to make one trip. As I'm walking up looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger in my muscle shirt, dude, this freaking bird just came by and was like right by my freaking nose. Just came right by like it was trying to take me out with an assassin move. I was like, it's got to be freaking Itachi. That's Itachi's crow. I know it was. It was a black bird. I didn't know what else to say, but I thought that was it. I was like, God dang, stupid bird. As I'm walking in the house, the bird came back. I had to drop the bags. I like, brr, brr, brr. I start fighting it off. I was like, yo, they really out here. These birds are out here. Wow, you ain't nothing but a bird, Rio. You ain't nothing but a bird.